alongside with the biggest communities like UK, Belgium. I can say Turkish community is big as well. There is also developing regions and the emerging areas, and I see that there are lack of recruiting new players, and they cannot grow as we saw in other communities. Is there a reason, or do you have a recommendation on top of this? Yes, Laura.
I will gladly answer this one because as you might all know, we lowered the emerging area spots from 3 to 2 for EQC, and you know that had a bit of a problem because I could have created a problem. And I'm looking at, for example, countries like Slovenia and Slovakia, who have been around for a while now, and you know their level is pretty good. Their level is pretty good. So, and they are still an emerging area. They're still a developing region. And I'm thinking about what Jay was just saying, and I'm taking into account that they are still a developing region. They're still an emerging area, but they're also a small country. They have, for example, Slovenia and Slovakia, I think they have like 2 million inhabitants or something like that. It's much more difficult for them to get same amount of teams as we do. But I do want to add, those teams, they're as good as other teams, and they want to play at EQC. And I get that. But right now, I don't know if you're following the membership stuff. Right now, these teams cannot be seen as a real the full membership in GB within the IQA and get an automatic spot in EQC. And those things, I was thinking they have to be sustainable. And you were saying they have to focus on getting that first and that first. For them, it's a little bit difficult. I get for the UK, it's really easy to say that because UK is really big, but I'm thinking about the really tiny countries that still want to play and have a good level. And I don't know what to say to them to how to be sustainable. Actually, I forgot what your question was because I had this thing in my head.
How many members does someone need for the IQA to see you not as a developing region?
Well, there's not. So first you have emerging area, and then you have developing region, and then you have full membership. So emerging areas to become a developing region, I don't know which document is released right now.
I know the answer. It's for the sake of the people watching the live stream.
Yeah, but the thing is, I don't know which document has been released at this point, so that's why I'm not comfortable with answering it, because I don't know what's online right now or not. But you can find those things on the IQA website, and they make sense. But for countries like small countries like Slovenia and Slovakia, it's really difficult. And
I think
that's one of my worries. I'm sorry, this is something that's been worrying me for a while.
I was just going to say, in that case, if that's how it is, do the IQA take into account the population of a country when
they go from developing to full membership, but not from emerging area to developing?
Okay, I think then that's maybe something that needs to be looked at.
Definitely.
You could also make the argument, if you wanted to, not that I would, that 2 million people is still quite a lot of people. And if you need to convince 50 of them to play.
I mean, we have 11 million people in Belgium, and we don't have that many teams either. We have 120 players. That's not that much.